Hey guys, this video is sponsored by the Ace Attorney Amino app. Basically, the app is kind of like a news feed of content, in this case about Ace Attorney, so you can look at people's chats, their posts, polls, challenges, tutorials, videos, GIFs, all kinds of good stuff. You can join a public chat and have a conversation with people, you can follow people, still look at their content, comment on stuff, reply to comments, start one-on-one chats with people. You can post your own posts, blogs, make your own content, and basically you can share it with your friends and look at other people's content. You can download Ace Attorney Amino on iOS and Android, and the download links for those will be in the description below. Thanks, Amino. Hey everybody, it's me, Sung-Won, and today I'm going to be answering some questions that you guys sent in about Ace Attorney. Now, I have played Ace Attorney 1, 2, 3, Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney Investigations, the Edgeworth game, Ace Attorney 5, and Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright. I haven't played the second Edgeworth game, and I have not finished the 6th game, although I am almost done. But I won't spoil anything for Ace Attorney 6, and please don't spoil anything for me. But otherwise, spoilers for any of those games is kind of fair game. I am going to tell you now that there will be spoilers probably in my answers. The Inky Monstrosity asks, who's your favorite and least favorite Ace Attorney character? My favorite character is Edgeworth, and my least favorite, off the top of my head, would probably be Salmonella. Although, there are some other bad ones, but nah, Salmonella's pretty bad. Anonymous asks, what's your least favorite case in the Ace Attorney series and why? Also, what's one thing you're dying for the series to address? So my least favorite case is probably, and people say this a lot, but the third case in the second game, the circus case, I just found that very tedious. Are there any other cases that I really don't like? It might be the only one, so that's my answer. It just feels very tedious. It's been a long time since I've played it, to be fair. But a lot of the characters were really annoying to me. All in all, not one of my favorite cases. And then what am I dying for the series to address? Where the fuck is Gumshoe? And also, localize Edgeworth 2, please. And the Great Ace Attorney, please, thank you. And the sequel to that, just localize them. Please. Anonymous asks, what's been your favorite game and your favorite case so far? My favorite game is the third one, Trials and Tribulations, and my favorite case would be... It's tough. It's either the last case of the second game, or the last case in the third game. I'd probably have to replay them to really know for sure, but I'll say, the second game's last case. That's my gut is telling me that, because that one is really good. Anonymous asks, do you have a favorite Ace Attorney side character? Like one of the witnesses, etc. So if we're not including main characters, I think Shelly the Killer. I like him a lot. I like his, just his whole style. Like he's a killer, but he's a gentleman too. And I also like, Detective Bad from the Edgeworth game. I think he's an interesting character and I like his design. I like his design a lot. Anonymous asks, who is best girl? If we're talking my favorite female character, it'd be Maya. But if we're talking about the one that is my wife, Athena Sykes. Anonymous asks, 5 favorite Ace Attorney characters. Okay, here we go. Edgeworth, Gumshoe, Maya, I'll say Phoenix Athena. I think that'd be my top 5. Anonymous asks, do you have any ships in the Ace Attorney series? Edgeworth Gumshoe, Phoenix Maya, Phoenix Francisca a little bit. And you know what now? Apollo Athena. Princess Peachy asks, which is your favorite Emma Skye phase? You know, she's funny in Apollo Justice, but it's kind of sad seeing her so depressed. Actually, Emma Skye in the new game, Ace Attorney 6, I'm very happy that she is a full-fledged forensic investigator now. She finally achieved her dream, because in Apollo Justice she was pretty bummed she couldn't. And you know, I just want Emma Skye to be happy, because I love Emma Skye. Emma Skye must be protected. So yeah, Ace Attorney 6 Emma would probably be my favorite, although she's very cute in the first game. Anonymous asks, out of all the antagonists in Ace Attorney, which one do you hate the most and the least? Quercus Alba from the Edgeworth game is very annoying, so I'd say I probably hate him the most. And the least? You know, even though he's a terrible person, I think Manfred von Karma is a really interesting character, so I probably hate him the least because I find him very interesting, even though morally he's a terrible person. Red as a Tomato, hey Jane, asks, favorite character to voice for funsies in the series? My favorite character to voice is Gumshoe. It's always been Gumshoe, ever since, even before I did voice acting on the internet. Even when I did it with my friends, I always loved doing the Gumshoe voice. Speaking of voicing, my friend and I have a Let's Play channel called Press Buttons and Talk, and right now we're playing Ace Attorney, so if you want to hear a whole bunch of Ace Attorney voice acting from me and my friend Alex, I'll put a link in the description below to Press Buttons and Talk. But anyway, yeah, Gumshoe would be my favorite. Darko Hexar, hey buddy, asks, how would you change your least favorite game mechanic to make it more fun? So my least favorite game mechanic is probably Gacha. Apollo Justice's Gacha mechanic. I think it's very stupid. I think it's annoying to have to find the little, oh, is there a sweat stain? Is there a little, oh, is the pinky twitching? Fucking nonsense. And I hate how the witness or whoever's being gotcha'd is always like, oh, you saw my pinky twitch? Well, I confess everything. So I would change that first. Make it more subtle, like, you know, it could almost be more like, I don't know, like a thing where you break them down a little bit, as opposed to just, oh, you found the thing, now he tells the truth. I don't know. You know, honestly, if I could change it, I would just remove it entirely, but if I don't have that option... Okay, you know what I would do to change it? It goes way too slow. Like, they go through each word, like, doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. It takes so long, and if you miss the one that the word, or miss the word that the twitch is in, you have to read through the whole thing. That is terrible. It drives me crazy. So, I would make it so, like, you could go through each word quickly, just like click, 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 and then just look around, because I don't want to go through the whole sentence at turtle speed like 3 times to find the stupid twitch. I hate Gacha. Gacha sucks. Overkill Rabbit asks, can you rank the titles? Also, I haven't played the Apollo games. Can you explain the main characters and his sidekick's personality to me? Okay. So if I'm ranking them, Trials and Tribulation is top. The first game would be after that. After that, second game. Alright, so there's what? Apollo Justice, Dual Destinies, Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, and Investigations. So, now, to be fair, I haven't played Apollo Justice in a while, but I'll say Edgeworth game number 4, right below Justice for All. Then Apollo Justice, then Dual Destinies, then Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. I like Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, but I liked the Professor Layton segments a lot more. I felt even though they were Shu Takumi, I felt the Ace Attorney segments felt kind of clumsy to me, but still a good game. And also it has Darklaw, who is one of my wives forever. And then, let's see, if I describe Apollo Justice, he is very earnest, very nervous, kind of a nerd. While Phoenix is a little bit more of a drier, sarcastic kind of character, Apollo is, I mean, he can be too, but he's still very much like a greenhorn, and they kind of play that up a bit. Trucy's personality, if I'm being completely honest, she's not like super multifaceted. She's just kind of a nice, cheery girl who likes magic tricks and having fun, I guess. I don't know. Trucy's fine. Shadow Sleuth 26 asks, how did you get into Ace Attorney and what were your first impressions? I got into it because a bunch of my friends, not even a bunch, I think a couple of my friends were playing it back when it was like first out, the first game. And they would like post about it on LiveJournal. And so eventually I was like, alright, I mean everyone's talking about it and it looks pretty fun. And then I got it. Oh, I loved it. That first game, I still remember how much fun I had playing that game. So I thought there was like, I had not played anything like it. Visual novel games were not that big yet. The characters were so much fun, and I loved the mystery element of it. Figuring out, or trying to figure out who the killer was, and how, why is this evidence here, and how did they frame this person. I thought that was fantastic. So, great first impressions. 1413 TNT asks, what are your thoughts on the localization of the games? Name changes and other things to make them more American. I'm fine with it. I think it's kind of funny. I don't need it to be in Japan. I think it's a little bit silly sometimes because they kind of write themselves in corners where they don't know what to do, so they just kind of change something. But you know what? I'm fine with them. I don't need them to all have these Japanese names. I think giving them English names actually gives them more personality. And I think it does make it a little more accessible because I'm sure there are a lot of Japanese cultural things and differences that maybe would be kind of hard to explain to a wide audience. So I've always been fine with it, and the fandom clearly has fun with the it's like some eat your hamburgers, Apollo, that kind of stuff. So I think people in general seem to like it, and I've always kind of enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm fond of it because it's silly, and also I think the localizers do a really good job of giving the game a very fun feel to its dialogue. Especially the first 3 games, I think, really nail that kind of the concept of a really fun localization that has its own personality, but still conveys the game well. Sakamoto Shosa asks, which character's voice clips do you love the most? I love Manfred von Karma's objection. Obviously the classic Phoenix objection is pretty great. I think those might be my favorite. I like Young Mia's is pretty cute. But yeah, I would say those would be my favorite voice clips. Sevian Spriter asks, who is your favorite murder victim that we never get to interact with at all? That's an interesting question, actually. Bruce Goodman always looked like he seemed like a pretty nice guy and a snappy dresser, so I'd say him. His outfit always stood out to me. Resk VCat asks, do you think Nayuta is hot? Yeah, he's pretty hot. Although I have to finish the game to get a full sense of if I really think he's hot or not, but as just by physical appearance, yeah, he's a pretty good looking guy. Captain Cubes asks, opinion about Dual Destinies. I like Dual Destinies, but it is way too easy. They hold your hand a lot in that game. Yeah, that's my biggest problem with it. I love Athena. Black Quill is fun. It's kind of a bummer about Detective, what's his name, Fulbright? That is kind of a bummer, and it kind of makes that character just feel like, oh, we didn't really get to know that character at all. It was just kind of, I don't know. Anyway, it's a bummer. So, while I think that's a good twist at the end, it feels a little like you're kind of robbing you of a character that you got to know throughout the game. The cases in 5 are pretty good. Nothing, but I felt the school one was a little too convoluted. The second one and 4th, actually, I don't even remember how the other ones go, so I guess the cases are a little forgettable. So I enjoyed it, but it's definitely not as good as the other ones, but that's okay. I still enjoyed it. And it gave us Athena, so I'm very eternally thankful for that. Alright, that'll be it. Hope you guys enjoyed me answering your Ace Attorney questions. And thank you again to Ace Attorney Amino for sponsoring this video. And I will see you guys in another vid. Later.